Welcome back. Welcome back. You and Diamond K in here, of course. The Diamond K Show on firetelevision.com. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. I know some of you have what they call COVID fatigue, right? I'm surprised this is a real thing, but this is a real thing because some people are tired of COVID 19. They just feel that we should act like it's no longer here. Yeah, that's what it is. So the pace of new coronavirus cases in America has fallen by more than 2/3. Just weeks ago, it was a lot higher, but the nation is still logging 1.86 million cases a week. That's an average of about 265,000 cases a day. 2,500 COVID 19 deaths continue to be reported daily. But I know y'all have COVID fatigue. Now, at least 4 states expected to, continue improving. They have announced this week that they are going to end statewide mask mandates in schools. And they're going to do this in the next 2 months. So, is it time to end mask mandates in schools? I know that parents are they're fatigued with COVID. Oh my God, my kid has to wear a mask. I've seen people get on TV, so-called educated folks, and say that masks hinder students from learning. We're trying to get a mask here, right? So they say that this hinders a student from learning. I don't know. So, governors in Connecticut, Delaware, New Jersey, and Oregon said earlier this week that they would end the mandatory masks in schools by the end of February or March. Now, Pennsylvania removed its statewide mandate last month. So, you can see where this is going. Other states are going to be picking up on this. California officials said that they are going to allow the February 15th expiration of the requirement that vaccinated people wear masks in public settings. They're going to let that go. In New York, Governor Kathy Hochul is also expected to drop the indoor mask requirement this week. White House is under pressure. People are we're tired of this. You see the trucks that's in Canada and all that kind of stuff. Folks they're uprising. It's about their freedom, and we happen to be in an election year. So you know what that means. When we are in an election year, oh, they are going to buckle to the pressure. So the White House is they're going to strong arm the White House to revise its position on wearing masks. So COVID-19, it is declining. I'm not saying that it isn't, but it's more about the fatigue among these potential voters, and an increasing number of Democratic states are going to lift these requirements on public maskings. Now, in a lot of these Republican controlled states, things have already been different. In the South, what? What's a mask? Right? So you have these governors and local health officials calling for the White House and the CDC to release some type of guidance, some type of an off ramp for mask usage. Like, is this just going to be what it is? Are you going to tell us, maybe guide us in some kind of a direction? That is what they are expecting. So, mask requirements are the only real remaining COVID-19 restriction in place. I mean, do people even social distance anymore? I don't even know if is that even a thing. Now, Rochelle Walensky has insisted, the agency director of the CDC, she is insisting it is not time to lift mask requirements anywhere. But hey, they ain't gonna listen to her because why? They got fatigue. Okay, they got fatigue, right? I'm tired of wearing a mask, and that should be enough. And for some people, that is going to be enough. in your school. So if you're a teacher in the school, right? So they say that COVID doesn't spread that much with the kids, between kids, or it's not harmful to kids. What if you're a teacher and you're around a bunch of kids? Do you remember back pre-COVID when school started, a lot of people would get sick, a lot of adults. Colds would be passed around offices because the kids got the parents sick. And then they took it to work and got everybody else sick, right? So this is a thing that can happen. And yes, something can be passed around, and teachers, health aides, the cafeteria lady, the bus driver, the custodian, the principal, these are all adults. But hey, you got fatigue. I get it. So these public health experts said that the administration risks losing credibility as more and more states go at it alone. So while they are waiting for the Biden administration to say something, some of these consequences are no one is expecting the CDC to say that masks need to end overnight. But hey, what are the metrics? Say something, right? Each passing day, the CDC is making itself less relevant, not only for COVID-19, but other public health matters as well. Their credibility has been shaken and stirred, and you know, and it's tricky because this is a political thing. The decisions that states are making with regards to this masking is just as political as it is scientific, right? It's not only about your health, it is also because this is election time. Election time. In New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy barely won re-election in November that just passed. Many voters in his state were just completely not in sync with his COVID-19 policies during the pandemic. And, that plays a part into some things. Now, mind you, things were different in November than they are now, October, but COVID-19 affected that election and almost got him up out of there. Murphy said this week that New Jersey's state mask mandate in schools is going to end next month. The head for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said that the agency is still not ready to make any recommendations on relaxing mask requirements. But more governors around the country have announced their intentions to do so, and they're not waiting at all. So I said these growing numbers of states, California, Delaware, and New York announced their intentions to drop those mandates. Others like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey are eliminating the mandates in schools. So, but I have to remind people, COVID-19 is not finished with us just yet. Now, despite these declining daily case rates around the world, COVID is not finished with us just yet. And depending on where you live, it may seem like the pandemic is over or almost over. It might feel like it's at its worst. It's just one of those things. I don't know. Depending on where you live. And hopefully going into this springtime and summertime, things going to be all good. I would like to see things be better. And but I do know that fatigue alone is not going to get everything back. And when we talk about getting things back, things are not going to go back the way they were pre-COVID. But some sense of normalcy. Biden is going to weigh in on a new virus response, and Biden, I mean, goodness, his responses and his press conferences, goodness gracious, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Biden has a long promise to follow the science. I mean, that's just thrown out there. People just say that. Do they even know what that means? And then it's like, what science? Who's the scientist? What data are we looking at? Right? Confronting this pandemic follow the science. That's what he say. We're going to follow the science and, whatever. I don't know what that means because the administration doesn't know what that means. And they clearly just buckle to pressure, and they are still working on guidance. So you have states making moves, making decisive moves for various reasons. Like I said, some of these reasons are political, some of them are based in science. The CDC, they're still working on guidance. They don't know. They're always behind in everything. But as we've been encouraged by current trends, we are not there yet, the CDC is saying. White House has offered no timetable for the review or any indication of what it will actually recommend. And that is not good. Not good at all. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show. Of course, on firetelevision.com. Is it time to take the mask off? Do you want your kids to wear masks in school? Right? Or is it time just to say, forget the mask? It is what it is. You're going to get it. Everybody's going to get it. Is that where you are? I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that. Mask on, mask off. Your man Diamond K, of course, The Diamond K Show. She is taking her beauty business to the next level. Get all of your must-have beauty products from jstoverbeauty.com. They have quality wigs, Indian hair extensions, virgin hair extensions, professional hair care products, edge control, flat iron mist, mink eyelashes, satin wig bags, wax sticks, lace concealer, lace tint, and so much more. jstoverbeauty.com also does custom wig making, maintenance, and revamp services. You can check them out on social media at jstoverbeauty on Instagram or jstoverbeauty LLC on Facebook. Be a girl with mind, a woman with attitude, and a lady with class. Visit jstoverbeauty.com.